everybody, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. So about 2 videos ago, I made a video talking about my Greek residence permit, and I will link that in the description box below. Somewhere in that video, I mentioned a Greek tax number, and I got so many questions about it in the comments. I got a couple of Instagram messages asking me why I needed a tax number if I'm not working in Greece. So I thought it might be useful for me to come on here and tell you a little bit more about this Greek tax number. It's called an AFIMI, which in Roman letters is AFM. In Greek letters, it's Alpha Phi. I don't know how to say M in Greek, but it looks like a regular M. It's not one of those Greek letters that looks different, and it's pronounced that way, AFIMI. There's a couple of reasons why you need it, even if you're not working in Greece and you're not paying actual income taxes. First off is if you're going to get an apartment that is a legal contract, you will need that because the contract actually goes into a system called TaxisNet that you have to go on and accept that lease there. And it's the only kind of legal apartment agreement that you can use for your proof of residence for your resident permit application. The only other way around this is if you're staying with family or a spouse and you have a letter of hospitality from them. And that's a whole nother discussion for another time. The other thing you'll need it for is if you want to have any utilities in your name. So a water bill, electric bill, internet, or a cell phone. I have a pay-as-you-go Greek cell phone. You don't have to have it for that, but if you want a contract, you will need this AFIMI number to get one of those. Not really sure why, but you do. And when you get your bill, the bill is actually, has your name on it, but then it also has that tax number on it. If you want to purchase a car in Greece, you will need an AFIMI. Obviously I've not bought a car, so I don't know exactly all the details about why you need it for the car purchase, but you do. And the big thing is if you want to purchase a house in Greece, which I know a lot of people are planning on doing in the coming years, especially if they're coming to Greece to retire, you will need the AFIMI for your house purchase. So there are lots of reasons why you need it other than just paying your income taxes. The other thing I should note is that this tax number is forever. So if you come to Greece and you get it and then you decide to go home for a while, you don't have to reapply for this later. So that's the good thing about it. This is your number forever. So when you get it, memorize it. Haven't memorized it myself yet, but okay, so how do you get this tax number? So if you're a foreign resident like me, then you are going to go to the local tax office for foreign residents. Now, I only know the situation in Athens. There is definitely an office for foreign residents for tax purposes in Athens. I will put the address in the description box. Outside of a larger city like Thessaloniki or maybe Corfu town or the bigger cities in Crete, there may not be a foreigner's tax office in your town or your island. So you can either go to the local tax office and just ask them where you should apply. If you don't know where the local tax office is, I suggest you go to the KEP. The KEP is the Citizen Services. It stands for something, and in the last video somebody told me what it was, but now I've forgotten what it stands for. Anyway, but basically it's Citizen Services. It's where I went and got my power of attorney signed for my lawyer to go apply for my tax number for me. So a couple of things. If you're registering as a foreign tax resident, you will need a Greek person to go with you. They will act sort of as your sponsor, and all your official mail will go to this address that you put on there. My attorney is my sponsor. An accountant can also do this for you. If you have family, they can do it for you. I don't recommend you doing it with some random person that you just met. Because they will have to probably give you personal information and you will have to give them personal information, so I don't recommend it for that purposes. So now, post-corona, sort of, you will probably need to make an appointment with the office because they're not letting people just walk in anymore. And right now I know in some places there's a big delay on getting a tax number because of having to make an appointment. So if you need this pretty quickly, start soon as possible. Like if you get to Greece and you're waiting to apply for your residence permit, do this first before you start your residence permit process, because you may need that number before you can do the residence permit process, and you don't need to be an official resident to get this number. So when you go, there's a form to fill out. The form is entirely in Greek, so be prepared for that. You'll need to have your passport with you. And like I said, your accountant or your lawyer can do it for you. And actually, they may be able to do it faster. Sometimes they have a more direct route to these offices than we do. You also may need to take a copy of your passport and a copy of your birth certificate. They may want that information. Not exactly sure why, but like they needed it so that they knew what my dad's legal name was, and now my dad's name is on all these documents, which is just the way they operate. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't obligate my dad to anything. I mentioned earlier the thing called TaxisNet. TaxisNet is an online system where you go in, you log in, you can see everything there. You can see if you do own income taxes, what your road tax is for your car. They call it a road tax. Every year you have to pay like a registration type fee, and it's based, I think, on how much your car is valued at. You pay your house, property taxes there. I can go download all my leases there. So it's something that you will use, and you will, not a lot if you're just living there and you're not purchasing anything, but if you're purchasing a house or a car, you probably use it a lot more. I've probably logged onto it like 3 times since I got it. So I don't really use it that often. The other thing I should note is that the site is entirely in Greek. So my one suggestion for you is to use the Chrome browser and then go in and download the Google Translate Chrome extension, because it will allow you to translate the whole website at once. And I'll link that below as well. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, because I know that like coming into Greece and doing this whole process is sort of confusing. I didn't know about the tax number until I moved to Athens. I didn't even know about it when I lived in Exos. So I'm hoping that I'm gathering all of this information for you guys and that it's useful. I'm hoping to do more of these next year when I've lived in Greece for a while. So if you want to hear more about all the process it takes to get a visa, get a residence permit, and then stay successfully with all the appropriate paperwork, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget the little bell so that way you get notified when a new video comes out. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.